Okay.
Recording in progress.
It was a very loud announcement.
Well, I gave Kelly hers last night because I just wanted to. She has this stupid gingerbread man that I bought all the time for it last year for
Oh, I saw
$1
your post.
out of the bargain bin, and it's just torn up in the floor. And so I was like, I gotta find another one of these. The only one I was finding was the other one on eBay.
Is Melissa gonna participate or she just gonna listen?
She's participating, right, Melissa?
They're so happy.
Hey.
Who's gonna do the roll call stuff? That would be her or you or?
I thought it was still Melissa doing roll call, right, Melissa?
I can do it. If you can hear me, I can do it.
All right, we'll have you do your regular duties then.
Okay.
So everybody's just gonna have to speak a little bit louder.
Because it did, that's what I thought of too.
Crinkle gingerbread man that PetSmart has no more of. They did respond to an email, so.
I think they're yours. They're looking at it as
Oh, time being 7 o'clock.
I look for a very
Time for our last official council meeting of the year. Buying anything special popping up next week. Can I get a call to order and roll call, please?
Bauer,
Here.
Elwood,
Here.
Abe,
Here.
Osenia,
Here.
Bluhoff,
Here.
Stark.
Here.
All right, we'd all rise and say the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we need to have a motion to approve the agenda with one change, that item 8A, it should not say second consideration, it says third consideration. Motion by Bethany, second by Val. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? None. Moving on, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Tammy. Questions, comments? So in our financial department, we had a bill to, I'm gonna guess something at the state of Iowa Thimias website. Page 2, 3/4 of the way down the page. Any idea what that is?
Page 2
Estia Feminist.
Yeah.
is financial.
Who's the vendor? Say that again.
Well, the vendor was Visa. You paid a monthly service fee or something, I guess, or some sort of annual fee. And it says HESTIATHEME.
Yeah, that was our website. That was the reason our website was down for that period of time. It was the theme and whatever let our website operate.
All right. Chief, since you're here, the vendor, Dr. Anthony Tatum, on MMPI to follow the evaluation.
Yes, for our mandatory MMPI for hires, hiring a certified officer, that'd been a part-time officer, that we pay for.
Lovely. And roads, bridges, and sidewalks. got merchant insect management pest control, and the vendor was the Benton County Extension.
Oh, that's for our annual licenses,
Okay,
because, business classes with Iowa State. For our insecticide licenses.
lovely. So 18 traffic signal and stop lights at 56.50. That's just our, is that the monthly payment for that, or is that quarterly?
For the traffic lights?
Page 5. 7, 8 lines down, 7 lines down, 8.
That's monthly.
Okay. So we need to get switched to LED.
Or if we do that, we're gonna need new control signals altogether.
Now we'll get that figured out. They'll pay for themselves. And then further down the page, the reimbursement to Brewster for setting of a manhole.
That's correct. Correct?
That came out of Scott's budget,
Oh, it did.
not Craig.
Okay. Oh, you're right then. And Scott's not on tonight.
Anything on that?
Yeah, they put a big drainage tile
Yep, I remember.
back there, and so we're gonna concrete back there, and so they were gonna put concrete or asphalt around it, but we just did the whole corner, and that's for basically the center section of what they would have done, if that makes sense. It was all in our,
You didn't set a manhole.
they gave us the manhole, the contractor did, it was Lubbock, as we did it. We poured a bigger chunk where that manhole was at, because they were gonna put concrete around it, it was just a tube sticking out of the ground, and we poured a slab out there, and put the manhole in the slab.
Can you tell I wasn't there today? That's it. All I had. Anything else? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, now it's time to receive and file communication petitions and remonstrances. Any oral or written? Or just written? Yeah, get rid of the oral. Just written. Hearing none. Committee reports. Anyone want to take up the planning session?
We had, last Monday night, we had a visioning session with council members, department heads, and Pat Callahan led it. It was very informative. I believe he'll be getting us a draft of our top choices and also ways to continue to follow up on the items that we marked, noted. It was a really good meeting.
Okay, nothing else? Time for citizens input. Council won't take any action on the comments of this meeting, but may do for the future meeting, and we got a time limit. Anybody? Anybody out there?
If anybody wishes to address the city council, use the raise hand button at the bottom of the screen, please. There is right here. Yep, raise hand button.
What's our time slots? How long do I need?
Not, we're not telling you, we're not sealed bids.
Sealed bids. Wow, it's done something now. Be borderline illegal here. All right, moving on to old business. Now is the time for third consideration option ordinance 1079, ordinance amending provisions pertaining to utility vehicles. Motion by Bethany,
Second.
second by Riley. So this wraps it up, right?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
So I'm sure we're not doing anything illegal by posting this as second consideration and making it third.
No, because you've already had 2 other times you've done that.
I'm the only, yeah. I was talking to some people earlier tonight, and they're like, well, it's only second consideration, because I read it that way. And it's like, yeah. But
Did they
it's
want to
legal,
come
then we'll
dispute
do it.
on it? They've had 3 opportunities, and they've only come once.
Well, no, my only point is, they think it's second consideration, cause I read it that way, and I'm like, but as long as this is legal, I'm completely good.
It is the third reading, it was just a misprint on the agenda.
Yep.
We acknowledge that.
Yes.
All right, roll call.
Stark,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yes.
Gates.
Yep.
Bettina,
That was a yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Is that everybody? I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Elwick, second by Bethany to adopt. Any questions? Roll call.
Stark,
Yeah. Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Gates.
Yep.
Bettina.
Yes.
All right. Now moving on to item B. Now I need a motion for approval of a pay application for number 10, the retainage to Baker Enterprises.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Elway.
Did I miss Chris's memo on this?
Yeah, so what's happening here?
So this is the last thing.
To pay the
They're done.
Ah, that we declined to pay a while ago.
Now, we could ask them, they got that manhole sitting there that they wanna talk about. However, I'm going to guess if we ask for a price for them to adjust that manhole, it's gonna be $6,000 or $7,000 for something Craig can do for $200.
Exactly. Unfortunately, Matt's not here, but yeah, it is exact. Oh, here is Matt, so. Gonna have Matt.
And I think it's time to cut them loose and move on, so we can get going on it.
Hey, Matt. So Matt is here, he's on.
Anybody got any questions for Matt on it, or is that pretty well sum it up?
That's not bad.
Okay. So I need a roll call, please.
Gates,
Yes.
Bettina,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yep.
Elwick,
Yes.
That it? Is that everybody?
Yep.
Lovely. Moving on to item C, need a motion approval, airport hangar lease agreement for Leon Wetchell.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Bethany, second by Riley. Didn't we just go over this here last year?
Yeah, we
Then
did.
we do it every year now, because it's a.
Well, this is gonna be a year-to-year automatic renew for the year-to-year, but this is the new one with our city attorney has drafted, and this is what, based off of what was recommended from the airport commission and also the city council is what's.
It looks good, I like
This
it.
was the one that he owned
He
for so
built,
many years,
He built.
and then now,
He's gonna
he
continue.
wants to
he
keep
doesn't own it
using
anymore,
it.
but he wants to now rent it.
Yeah, cause after 20 years, we assumed ownership of it,
Yes.
that he would like to. keep
And I
using
got shot down when I talked about him just continuing to own it and doing all the maintenance and everything himself. So that we don't have to, cause now we have to do all the maintenance on it, I assume.
Correct, but there
There's benefits to it.
are benefits to that as well.
That outweigh. Because of the grants that it allows, right?
Correct. So before.
We can't qualify for grants if he owns the hangar.
We can't use
That
grants on
hangar.
the hangar if he owns it.
But
We can't use grants on the hangar
Right,
if he owns it.
that's correct.
that particular hangar.
Yeah.
But he doesn't own it anymore. His original agreement was that he assumed ownership after 30 years.
So we couldn't just revert ownership right back to him.
Yeah, we've had this discussion.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Elwick,
Yes.
Gates,
Yep.
Stark,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Bettina,
Yep.
Beerbauer.
Yep.
Moving on to new business. Need a motion to approval of resolution approving a grant agreement with the Iowa DOT for East 13th Street Bridge Rehabilitation Project.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Tammy, seconded by Riley. Any questions? We should probably push this through before they do another traffic count. No questions? Roll call, please.
Beerbauer,
Yeah.
Kate,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Athenia,
Yep.
Elwick,
Yes.
Lovely. Item B, now I need a motion for approval of resolution approving plat of survey for parcel D, part of Homecoming Court, Anderson Creek Estates first addition to the city of Vinton, now to be transferred to the trust estate created by Virginia Gay Trust.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Bethany, second by Riley.
If I may, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, you may.
This is just simply only a name change. It was before, it was it was part of the trust, it's no longer part of the trust, and our city attorney has recommended that we do it to the new name instead of the trust. It is actually the Virginia Gay Hospital. Virginia Gay Trust, that's what it is. So it was a different trust, the trust is now part of Virginia Gay Trust.
They rearranged trusts out there and finalized some of them, so they kind of combined them all into one, so it's just as a new name.
Correct, that's all
Yep.
this is.
Any questions? Roll call?
Stark,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Athenia,
Yep.
Kate,
Yep.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Alright, item C, need motion approval of resolution to waive review of the dual and second edition plat of survey.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bethany, second by Riley.
If I may, Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
This property, was purchased by the property owner, and it is located outside of the city limits. So under Iowa law, we do have a chance, just in case we wanted to annex or look into annexing property outside the city limits, we do have a 2-mile buffer zone. This is over by Stony Arch, and it's mostly floodplain, and so, in the past, the city has typically waived these type of reviews because we're not looking to annex in that direction. I believe the property owner in some later dated time may want to build a house out there in a non-floodplain area, but is not looking for city services whatsoever.
Good enough. Any questions? Roll call?
Athenia,
Yep.
Beerbauer,
Yeah.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Kate,
Yep.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Lovely, moving on to item D, now I need a motion for approval of resolution to establish permit fees for food trucks.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Tammy, second by Riley.
I believe according to your ordinance, it's an annual fee. Is that correct, Melissa?
that is correct. You guys passed the ordinance earlier this year, that would start January 1st. So I'm just putting the pieces together so we can start collecting and having folks register come January.
Any questions?
How much is it gonna be
$25.
for anybody that comes to Vinton to sell something in the truck? You know who they are. Okay.
Do we still have to list the city on our insurance?
No, I think we don't, we
Okay.
took that out,
Just double
yep.
checking. Okay.
Good? Wanna make sure you pick me up on the road next time.
Get your
We've
flip
been
flops
feeding
on.
you enough lately, so.
Roll call.
Stark,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Athenia,
Yep.
Beerbauer,
Yeah.
Kate,
Yep.
Alright, moving on to item E, approval is a resolution approving auto renewal of Class C retail alcohol licenses.
Motion.
Motion by Ron, seconded by Riley.
I'm sorry, he gets in the game on the alcohol.
Yeah, he does.
It's always been this side.
I didn't know
So
there
this
were
is
rules.
basically gas stations, people who can sell it for, and it walks out the door.
Right, and the state now has changed the rules where they auto renew. Give the city the ability to have a choice of doing auto renewal, correct, Melissa? Ted?
Yeah, it
That's
allows,
correct.
yeah, it allows the,
Allow, they would be able to auto renew, they would still go through all of the approval within the ADD system through the state. We can choose to disallow them to auto renew if they would have some sort of violation or some sort of trouble at the store. We could take away that option, but doing this just streamlines things. It doesn't, complicate anything for anybody. Our attorney looked it over, he's in agreement, makes sense to do.
Okay. Any questions? Roll call?
Elwick,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yes.
Messina,
Yep.
Gates.
Yep.
Fluha,
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to item F, motion approval of resolution to approve transfer of funds from the general fund to the library fund.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bethany, second by Tammy. This is just our regular appropriation.
Correct.
Any questions? Roll call?
Elwick,
Yes.
Messina,
Yep.
Stark,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yes.
Fluha,
Yes.
Gates.
Yes.
All right. Item G, need a motion approval, resolution to approve disbursement of hotel motel tax proceeds to VEU.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Tammy, second by Bethany.
It's 75% of the hotel motel tax proceeds.
And this goes, what's, okay, I'm sorry.
For recreation,
Yeah.
convention, cultural, or entertainment facilities and venues.
Right. And the other 25% is small business grant program that we have.
Yep.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Messina,
Yep.
Gates.
Yep.
Beerbauer,
Yep.
Fluha,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Elwick.
Yes.
All right, item H, need a motion approval of the change order from Pierce Tobin for the West D Street sewer repairs.
Second.
Motion by Bethany, second by Riley.
Correct.
Looks like they found a sewer service.
Yes. They did, asking Craig to, Craig,
That's okay.
Where I am. Yeah, I sent them the video, email, and apparently they didn't get it. So when they were digging it up, they discovered it. So they had to reinstall it and extend it out into the right-of-way a ways.
They did get it out from underneath the street though.
Correct.
Probably.
It did take off almost $3,000, stuff they didn't need to do, so, it was an extra $3,000 for that sewer and a little extra concrete they said they had to re-pour in because of it. It was a sloppy, muddy mess out there that week.
Bet it was. Any questions? Roll call?
Stark,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Gates,
Yes.
Beerbauer,
Yes.
Fluha,
Yes.
Messina.
Yep. So, moving on to item I, Ryder, I would like you to set a date for a general government committee meeting to discuss the records request policy.
Cool, how does 6:30 on the 12th sound for our next meeting?
Good to me.
Excellent.
Did you get that, Melissa? 6:30 on,
prior to the next meeting.
yep,
Yep.
6:30 on January 12th, 2023. Way to schedule the first meeting.
I'm good.
Alright, item J, need to set a date for the work session for FY '24 budget work. So typically we hit that about January 20th or somewhere in that area, so.
The 19th is what I recommend, Mr. Mayor.
Alright, this is when we all get really comfy and friendly, this time of year. So what time y'all wanna start? 5:30?
Yeah, because sandwiches, you know, and we'll have to talk.
Oh, I didn't like
So
Or
5,
salads if you're.
No, I want the carbs.
5:30 PM, we will start our budget journey,
Amen.
the 19th.
I believe that's a Thursday.
Wes, I assume you're gonna send out calendar updates?
You betcha.
Thank you. Time for reports, Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. Just real quick, we finally got our environmental review, for the wastewater treatment plant, which is what we've been waiting for. I think,
5-pounder.
yeah, 5,000 paper, I think it's what, 600-700 pages or so, because those are double-sided pages. Just got that delivered, the USDA will get that early next week, from B&K. And so that is done now. That portion of that is finished. Already got started scheduling times to meet with department heads for budget. Still waiting for the county assessor to actually get our evaluation posted. Already finished with the road use tax portion. Figuring that out as far as budget is concerned. So with that's all I really have. Hopefully everyone has a good Christmas and Hanukkah and
Made
happy
any,
Kwanzaa.
made any progress on the early childhood development center thing? I got a text the other night, happy time, about what we're doing with school.
No, not yet. But I will give the superintendent a call.
Yeah, I'd like to give them an update here,
Okay.
since one of the board members is pretty relative to that's looking at now, so.
I did find some information out about statewide grant stuff, but I'll talk to you about that. Very short, Mr. Mayor.
Who else is on there? Craig?
Greg. Oh, oops. Let's see here. Oh, Craig?
How about now?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. They got about half of the valves GPS before the weather got bad. Still training the new guy at the sewer plant. He's slowly catching on, so, the lift station at the ballpark decided to blow some breakers, and, we found some different ones, and a big thank you to Sean and Dave for standing out there in the cold, and Michael John Elwick for coming up and fixing it this morning and getting it back up to running. Not 100%, but it should get us through the weekend until we get some more new parts. So that's about it.
Do you have a phrasing to talk to Craig about what we talked about?
Yes, we talked about the hot water heater situation. Didn't we, Greg?
Yeah, there's only been 2 or 3 houses that I've had any problem with.
Talking to Nate Edwards, there's been more than that.
What's that?
Talking to Nate Edwards, there's been more than that.
Okay.
What's the problem?
There's a check valve inside.
Heater pits have a check valve in them, and water cannot expand back into the main, so the relief valve on the water heater will go off. So, these meter pits are quite popular. We're not the only ones putting them in. how does something like this happen?
None of the plumbers were informed that there were check valves, because the old meter pits never had check valves in them. The new ones evidently do, or this kind that we're putting in do. The plumbers need to be notified so they can plumb accordingly when they're bidding a new house or doing a new house or. Because I found out the cost of putting one in from somebody else.
What is the cost?
Very expensive, roughly $450.
That's what a water heater used to cost.
Yeah. So, I don't need to, but I'm not a plumber, relief valve, I understand the meter pit, it can't push back when it heats the water up, so the check valve at the water heater, how do you remedy this then? Check valve at the meter pit, it's not expanding back into the main, when the water heats up, it can't expand back, so there is no expansion in the line, so the relief valve blows off.
Which it probably shouldn't be back flowing into our main anyhow.
But when they came out with the backflow prevention for all these towns, which was 25 years ago, all the towns, 25, 30, all these towns didn't know what to put in, so everybody threw check valves in. And
So if it happened
all the
25
relief
years
val-
ago.
all the relief valves were going off.
So if it happened 25 years ago,
But
why
there
don't
has
the
been
plumbers
no,
know that there's have check valves on?
but there has been no check valves going into houses anymore. Because the backflow in small towns like Vinton has gone away.
We'll have to have that discussion another time.
Okay, I'm just bringing it to light.
No, I know, this just isn't the venue for that right now.
Someone doesn't have.
Well, it's our life. So if we need to discuss this further, have Craig get a meeting set up and we'll.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, Craig. Craig?
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Matt?
Matt?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We just got done, with resumes coming in for the, rec coordinator position yesterday, or I'm sorry, they finished Friday of last week, so we've been looking them over this week. I'm making calls to some candidates to schedule interviews after the first of the year. So we've got, looks like 4 pretty good candidates, that we're gonna be interviewing for the position. We served over 230 people for Breakfast with Santa, so that was a pretty big success. We made up 12 meals and took them over to the hospital and served the nurses that were on staff too, and served the police department, the officers that were on duty too. So that was a pretty big success. Finished up with construction kids. We had 18 kids signed up for that. That's the most we've ever had for that. And then we're in the 3rd week of our pickleball 101 class that has 17 participants signed up. So that's the first time we've ever offered that. So everything's looking pretty good. We're ready for the new year. We've got a couple things going next week. We've got Winter Carnival. Girls basketball team's going to help out with that. Then we'll get into the activities the first of the year. We're pretty busy. So we've got over 100 kids in basketball and a lot of other activities getting ready to get geared up. So.
Good being. Chief?
We just finished up our holiday with cotton, very successful. Again, this year we served around 85 students. A lot of happy faces, a lot of toys. Advertisements went out the door, so very successful. So, we also helped a couple families after the event the following week.
Lee?
So last week, the city took deed to that vacant lot on West Sixth Street, that has been sitting empty, and the tax certificate was held by the county for the last decade. So we now have deed to that property, and we'll be able to, put that out for bid, sometime late April. There's a 120-day waiting period on that, and then we'll be able to auction that off, or however you guys see fit. After our meeting with the Shots last time, I have not heard anything further from them yet. Other than that, not a whole lot.
Okay. Melissa?
I'm good.
Good, I'm gonna follow that, then I'm good too. So moving on to good and welfare, I got a note on here, that please pull back your garbage recycling carts from the curb properly, because if we get snowfall events like that, it's gonna get plowed into the street, so make it easier for everybody to get things done. Another one I like people to do, adopt a fire hydrant somewhere near your house, cause it might be your house that's on fire, and you'd hate to have them wasting a bunch of time trying to get snow so they can get the fire hydrant. Other than that, I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year. Anybody got anything else? I need a motion for adjournment. Motion by Bethany, second by Ron. All those in favor?
Aye.
I was letting you have
Yeah.
it.